Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you are watching from today. We've got another absolutely insane video to break down of old Tim Kennedy. This one was brought to my attention over the weekend. I'd actually never seen this before. It appears there's some different variations of this story, to be quite honest with you. And I'm just going to give it to you as straightforward as I can. It sounds like complete BS. It sounds like absolute total fiction. It involves him killing people that did something to some people. I got to be careful with my words here. I'll let the video speak for itself. I don't want YouTube to come after me because I misspoke on a topic like this. And I want this to be out there. I am dedicated to bringing everyone the truth. I have told every one of his teammates I've talked to, which I think is now at this point more than 20, give me the evidence, give me the statements. I don't care if they back them up. I don't care if they discredit them. I don't care if you like them. I don't care if you hate them. Just give me the truth. I will put out whatever the evidence is. And we will have a full report. Maybe we'll go through that on Tuesday on the live stream. I haven't quite made my decision yet. But before we get into all of that and much more, please make sure to like and share. Like and subscribe. Costs you guys absolutely nothing. Huge boost. Comment with your thoughts below what you think about old Tim Kennedy. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. And then as you can see, Instagram, David_Hookstead and X D Hookstead. And you can follow me there. And I'm doing a lot of fun, interesting stuff, a lot of information out there. So how did we get here? How did we end up in this situation? Well, I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This, of course, is Tim's apology from a few days ago where he claims he unintentionally misrepresented parts of his military career. Of course, that seems utterly, sorry, I got something in my throat. That seems utterly ridiculous, seeing as how he wrote a book and did more podcasts than I can even ever possibly spend the time watching. But that's the apology on the screen, as you can see. Let me know in the comments if you buy this apology, if you think it's a sincere, authentic apology, or if you think it's complete nonsense. Let me go ahead and know that. Now, what we're going to do here, I had a couple people send me this. This is real. This is not fake. I thought it could be fake. It is not. This story that you are going to see on the screen here involves Tim telling this, if this is a true story, I'm going to need to see some evidence from Tim. I'm going to need to see some real evidence. This involves Tim allegedly taking out guys who poured acid on someone, a little girl, allegedly. And Tim goes and, in his words, murdered him. Okay? Not my words, his words. Let's go ahead and roll the tape of old Timmy K.
Give us your name and your occupation, sir.
My name is Tim Kennedy. My occupation, that's complicated.
Right off the bat, no, it's not. No, it's not. You fought in the UFC. You were a Green Beret. Now you're in the Maryland National Guard. That is not a complicated answer whatsoever. Like, we're already playing this game of I'm going to speak in such broad ways that it'll let people believe things. It's using ambiguity. And he's certainly not the only one guilty of that.
That means he's going to go and drive down the street and throw more acid on little girls. Yeah, I've been there. I murdered that motherfucker.
I'm sorry, what, Tim? What was that?
That's complicated.
That means he's going to go and drive down the street and throw more acid on little girls. Yeah, I've been there. I murdered that motherfucker.
All right. So this story we can now add to the list of the thermal sniping, getting in the sniper tower with Mike Goebbels, the shooting of a kid and taking his weapon, onward and onward and onward. It just never ends. I can't find any teammate to back up these claims. Not one. And I got to be honest with you. I spoke with Tim's attorney, gave him every opportunity to confirm or deny the most serious allegations, wouldn't do it. And that is beyond me. I mean, I can't even believe it. But hold on. It gets more interesting because Tim, how many years ago is this? In 2014, so 9 years ago, actually referenced something similar on the Joe Rogan show. Let's listen to his comments.
But it's necessary. It's I wouldn't wish, what I've seen in my life on my worst enemy. There's no way I'd want the people I hate to have to see, what a little girl looks like once she's been had acid thrown on her because she tried to go to school. I want that on my worst enemy. But there's people that do those things. There's people that go and kidnap 300 girls in school, this week because they were going to school. Those people they have to answer to somebody. And the only people they would answer to are guys like me, or guys that are better than me that are.
Guys, I truly don't even know what to say at this point. At this point, there's no video that could be sent to me that would be too crazy to believe it's real. I mean, I just can't. Is there evidence for any of this stuff? Is there evidence for any of these claims? For those of you who don't know, Tim was an L&O for, I believe, a significant time period on his Afghanistan deployment. He was a liaison between Czechsov and the U.S. To the best of my ability, I have not found any articles or any eyewitnesses of Czechsov U.S. guys hunting down these people, this alleged story that happened. And it's just another piece of evidence that just keeps piling on up. Do I believe this happened? No, not unless someone can bring me evidence, photographs, videos, eyewitnesses, any of that will do. Unless someone can bring me that evidence, no, I do not believe this. I don't believe virtually any of Tim's claims. I think his book has been debunked and proven to be complete nonsense. You can thank the Anti-Hero podcast for getting the ball rolling on that one. I think his interview with Sean Ryan which does contain two of the most serious allegations he faces, which is the shooting of a child with a rifle he then took home, which not one person on that convoy remembers. Not one person on that convoy can verify. Not one person on the convoy says they know anything about any kid being killed. And then, of course, it contains the splashing rounds. I'm splashing rounds into down bodies. No, you weren't. That absolutely did not happen. And I have a quote from one of the men there whose name cannot be revealed due to his just privacy reasons, but it will be in the full investigation, who said Tim should essentially thank Travis, the ground force commander, for coming out and saying that never happened. He should thank him for the rest of his effing life, because that never occurred. And obviously, if it had, it would have been beyond serious. And everyone would have known about it. Splashing rounds into guys. Are you kidding me? They're not even believable lies. Why didn't Tim just completely make up a fictional story from scratch instead of using the now infamous convoy and seemingly pissing off every single other person who was there? If he'd made it up from scratch and not used real names, it would have been much more difficult to fact check. We still would have figured out a way, I'm sure. But the problem is, the mistake Tim made is he used a real event with real people. And he made allegations and claims in that story that made other people look real bad. Made the whole unit look bad. Made them look really unprofessional. Well, turns out guys like that don't appreciate being smeared in that capacity. And now their side of the story will be coming out. I know 3 of his former teammates did go on the Anti-Hero podcast, Travis, Matt, and Kevin. And there's way more people out there with stories to share. So I would encourage Tim to do the right thing. Apologize fully. Admit you didn't do these things. Admit the things that you're claiming, the most serious allegations, never happened. There's still time to stand up and do the right thing. Tim can do that. And I hope he does. Our military is far too professional to be involved in any of this BS. And the public deserves to know that they would never carry themselves this way. They are a professional fighting force. The special forces are some of the best soldiers on the planet, the best trained, most disciplined on the planet. They're not running around pretending to be cowboys. They're not doing these things. I'd encourage Tim to just tell the truth. Own it completely. Don't say it was unintentional. Own it completely. And once you do that, we can really start to move forward. Otherwise, there's just going to be more people that want to come out and make it clear they never participated in this. And we'll be here day after day, onward and onward, until we get some actual answers. And I will tell you, I am waiting on some information from the Army, some official information from the Army. We'll see when it comes through. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications on. And then right here below, you can see Instagram at David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. I'll see you all next time.